Matt and Kyle were very, very close as kids. They were like best of friends. So Matt was a jokester. Everything was always funny with him if he wasn't stressed out. He was best friends with his brother. Kyle recorded in studios, wrote his own music, was always like the jokester and the clown. The two of them together were two peas in a pod.
Krista was a very loving and caring person. She was all about family. She loved her family very much. She'd do anything for anybody. She was the kind of girl who liked to make people laugh, would do anything for absolutely anybody. She was completely full of life.
He just had this heart that was so refreshing, and he was so interesting to talk to. He was just wise beyond his years, creative, funny, very, very artistic, and had mental health issues from a very early age.
My addiction has started way before the drugs and alcohol came into play. Self-esteem, self-worth. I had an eating disorder at a young age, and that carried on. I always considered myself like the party girl, and that was always my excuse. But deep down, I was hiding. I was kind of hiding behind that party girl, I guess you can say.
The work that I do, the reason I get out of bed, the vision I have, the mission and the purpose is all because of my recovery. My 20th year in recovery, I ended up in a mental hospital because I didn't want to be here anymore. I was without purpose. I was in recovery, but I hadn't treated the real symptom to the problem. The drugs weren't the problem, they were the solution to a very long, old problem.
They got introduced to a pill in high school. Somebody bought in OxyContin, and I don't think they really knew what they were playing with and the effects that would ultimately end their life.
You know, it started off with drinking and doing that kind of stuff. She was the last person you'd ever expect to get into this kind of stuff. She got involved with the wrong guy who introduced her to heroin, and you know, it took off from there.
By the time Ben was 16, it was difficult to even get him into the car, to go to his appointments, and to have, you know, medication as needed. And then by the time he was probably 18, we could see that it was going in a different direction for Ben.
Last year, there was a detective that did tell my mom I probably wouldn't be found alive. I ruined friendships, I ruined relationships with my loved ones, my family. I couldn't hold a job. I have overdosed, I've almost died so many times, and I'd say the past 10 years it's been a roller coaster. It's been up and down. I couldn't stay sober for more than like 3 months.
We're losing 200 individuals a day to this crisis. The system we have in place isn't really broken, but it is siloed, and the shame and stigma attached to this disease prevents people from reaching out for treatment.
After she passed away, I was pretty angry, and I pretty much gave up on my life. That was, she meant everything to me. I continued to use for quite a while, you know, and when my daughter Jacqueline got pregnant, I got clean myself, and that was about 8 years ago, actually, just over 8 years ago. Like, that's a life mission of mine at this point in time. Do what I can to give back to absolutely anybody else, and to this, to try and stop the stigma of this, you know what I mean? Stop people from having to be ashamed by the fact of why their kid passed away.
I feel that the problem, even with Matthew, who suffered from bipolar, that his mental health, nobody addressed the mental health. I felt that you would do a 28-day, and they were able to make their own treatment plans, and it was obviously not a good treatment plan because they had the ability to dictate how it was going to work for them. So it was just constantly banging my head against the wall.
There are gaps in the system where my son Ben fell through a gap, and what we need is comprehensive, long-term, real solutions to this epidemic that is claiming 200 lives a day now. and it doesn't appear to be getting better, though I think we've come a long way. We have a long, long way to go, and I would love to be part of this solution and have Ben's life not lived in vain. I feel like he is here guiding me and helping me and thinking my thoughts with me, and I'm counting on him really to help us through to see TriCircle Inc. come to full implementation.
The message I want to give people about TriCircle Incorporated is that we provide the tools to build strong futures. We're in the very beginning stage. We can say it's infancy. It's only 2.5 years. We're at breakneck speed when it comes to establishing our intentions, a 3-phase plan. But the message I want to give is that there's hope, that the people that we're losing and the people that I'm meeting and the people that need help, that there's other ways and means and multiple pathways to, provide the resources.
Anna has been a support since I connected with her recently, actually. Her mission is to help others, and she's just so loving, and I'm really blessed and proud that I'm a part of her life because she's helping me a lot. It's okay to hurt, and it's okay to ask for help.
TriCircle Inc. is a fantastic organization. The hope and support groups that they hold are irreplaceable. They need to know that, they need to find some hope, and they need that support from other people that are going through the same thing. It's important to put this message out there, and it's important to get the change that's necessary to end the stigma and help the people that are going through this process.
But there's many, many reasons. There's a lot of history to TriCircle. And helping individuals and families that are affected by substance use disorders, it's our mission, through education, through community engagement, providing resources, connectivity, the community that we serve. I believe that the stigma and isolation are just as detrimental as the disease itself.
TriCircle's in phase 1 now, and tomorrow is when we need to be at phase 3. In the full implementation, it will have 3 5-month cycles of a continuum of care that is all under one roof. The way we're losing people are in the gaps where they fall through the cracks. But for people to have all the resources they need, which is what TriCircle will offer, they need a longer program.
My process, my recovery, is my recovery, so it's individual. What I found out is that this is a system that tries to cookie cutter an individual, and you can't do that when you're treating this disease. It's very individualized. But to be able to express the multitude of opportunities and different ways of doing things, I wanted to start exploring in, all different facets. One whole person. It's not just about stopping the use of a substance. It's about learning how to live. And who can come is anybody that has a question, because there's no stupid question. So you want to come to a meeting and ask more questions. The best way to get on the other side of this disease is to ask questions. It is education, is community. So who should come? Anybody. Everybody knows someone. So it doesn't matter if age, race, sexual identity, creed, religion, politics, wealth, disability. The disease has no mercy.
I'm Cece Iliff, and together we are stronger.
So I'm Liz Fitzgerald, and together we are stronger.
I'm Fred Hayden, and together we are stronger.
My name is Emily Abrahamian, and together we are stronger.
I'm Anna Gopian, and together we're stronger.
Hi, I'm Danny Scott, and I am the co-founder of the Connecticut Film Initiative. I'm Christina Shange. I'm also co-founder of the Connecticut Film Initiative and our Film for Therapy movement.
So the Film for Therapy movement is a specific area within our initiative that focuses on bridging film and local community outreach programs together through the medium of film. It's a twofold process. The first one is we obviously want to utilize the medium of film to advocate for these social causes by promoting local communities and what they're doing to make a change. But then secondly, we also want to use the medium of film as a way to bring together members of these communities who have overcome these afflictions as a healing way to cope with what they've been through, because filmmaking is a very intimate process. So to be able to bring people together to create that as a healing way is something that we want to do within our initiative.
Our Film for Therapy movement chose TriCircle Incorporated as our first project for a special reason. The disease of addiction is rampant, does not discriminate, and it knows no boundaries. But there is hope. The hope that we've seen through Anna and her mission in TriCircle Incorporated inspired us to create a further bridge between our healing movement in Film for Therapy and our movement to have voices be heard. We seek to give voices to those who have lost theirs. And through our Film for Therapy initiative, in our Connecticut Film Initiative, we want to partner with communities and inspire that growth, speak for social change. There is hope, and together we are stronger.
When you're gone and your life is over, what will they say? What will they say? When you're gone 'cause you won't get sober, what will they say? What will they say? I don't wanna live life like this no more, I don't. Every time that I say I'll get clean, but I know I won't. I've been battling all this time, it's killing me. And I'm trying to get sober, but it's hard for me.
Let me speak on addiction from the voice of an addict, from someone who's battled to get where they're at on a chance knowing some never have it. Let me speak for the victims, for the families, the lives that are shattered, for the ones that you say had a choice that they made in their life, so their lives never mattered. This one's for Micah, Michelle, then it's Adam. Ryan almost dying in my car in Lantana as I'm driving. I'm trying to revive him. I'm watching his lights dim. You think that it's mind over matter? It doesn't matter. Disease or a choice, and you tease and exploit, so you're squeezing your points. And the person in needs at that teetering point, going deeper when all they really need is a voice. You can do this.